Ever think about how narcissists hate criticism but will criticize you all day? Narcissistic personality disorder, aka NPD, typically involves insecurity and easily damaged sense of self-esteem. Covert narcissists can be extremely sensitive. Narcissists don't like to face the truth, so criticism is actually a threat to them. It constitutes evidence that a person's negative view of themselves may actually be true, and a narc ain't having that. They're not going for that. They're seeking admiration opposed to a critique, if that makes sense. So let me tell you about a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist does have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, but they lack the sense of self-importance often associated with this condition that you're used to seeing narcissists have. They may deal with lots of insecurity and low self-esteem. The term narcissist gets thrown around a lot. I would know as a mental health counselor. I have provided treatment for narcissists as well as victims, and I have also been a victim. I've also been an NA victim myself. So I know that it gets thrown around quite a bit because many will use the term narcissist to basically describe anyone that has the traits of NPD. Does that make sense? Covert narcissism is also considered like vulnerable narcissism. Covert narcissists can be shy, introverted, self-conscious, insecure, of course, defensive. They are incredibly sensitive as to what others think about them. Keep in mind that it does take a qualified mental health professional to actually diagnose covert narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder. However, I do these videos to educate, uplift, encourage, inspire, motivate victims that are possibly being abused by a narcissist. So that's why I do these videos. That's part of my calling. So I'm here for the people. I'm here for y'all. Covert narcissists will use a manipulation tactic such as passive-aggressive behavior. They'll use passive-aggressive behavior to convey frustration. You piss them off, they going in, they going ham. They think they're special and should get every little thing they want. And they also have a desire to get back at people who wronged them or just had a greater success than they have. They will go as far as to sabotage someone's jobs, friendships, relationships with family. They're known for teasing and mocking and also silent treatment, which this can be a good thing. If you know, you know. If they're silent, that's your time to go read a book, go get some type of self-care going, to like really have peace of mind, to recollect your thoughts, because all that brain fog and all of that that's happening when you're in a relationship with a narcissist or an abusive person. That is when they're giving you the silent treatment, that is your time to really like have a little bit of peace. So learn to use that to your advantage. They do tend to do a lot of blaming and shifting, even when it's they that have done something to you. If a narcissist considers that a task is beneath them, darling, they will definitely procrastinate. It will take them forever and a day. It will take them centuries, eons to get it done, make it happen. And sometimes it will never get done. You heard me? Now, this is one thing that has always baffled me. Like how you gotta look so good and you're so sensitive and everybody else, you want to admire you and you want to look a certain way to people as in terms of how they think about you, like what they actually perceive. You know, you want it to be all good, all positive things, right? But yet they truthfully don't care about any of that. I talked about that in one of my last videos. But this one, it always gets me that they have a tendency to put themselves down. Like how you incredibly sensitive, as long as you don't put them down or I don't put them down, they can put themselves down all day. It's crazy, right? But it is what it is. They don't take criticism lightly because they actually rely on others to build up their self-esteem. Covert narcissism is more so linked to introversion than any other type of NPD would be. they tend to be more into staying home and not into the mix and all the scenery and all the drama and all the things going on, like in big crowds and things like that. They tend to be more introverted. They avoid social interactions because it helps lower the chances of exposure. If covert narcissists don't see a benefit of the relationship or being with you, like if there's no use for you and they see that up front, they probably won't even have any interest in you. So they had to see something in you. And when they no longer see that, baby child, they're going to cut up. They have inflated importance. For example, powers. Covert narcissists have a higher risk of developing co-occurring depression, also and anxiety, opposed to any other type of narcissism. You want to know what contributes to their anxiety? Fear of failure or exposure. They do not want to be exposed. Even though they're doing all that stuff they're doing, they keeping up all this ruckus and touching down the cause, the hell that they cause. Or do they have a tendency to hold some grudges? Now let's talk about grandiose narcissism. And also some with NPD as well. Those with grandiose narcissism, as well as some with NPD, tend to envy people that have the things that they feel that they actually deserve. Now, don't get it twisted, because they also think others envy them because they are so wonderful. They're so special and superior above all. Guess what happens when they can't measure up to the superhuman standards that they have for themselves? They experience shame, they experience anger, and can feel powerless. People with NPD have incredibly high standards for themselves. And this one will probably sound familiar to you. They have self-serving empathy. Not empathy for you, but self-serving empathy. Keyword here is seem. They will seem to have empathy for others. They do this to win others' approval and to receive praise and admiration, because that's what they want. In terms of covert narcissism, it can be caused by genetics as well as early relationships with caregivers and relatives. I will come back and do another video as to how you respond or deal with a covert narcissist if you are having to deal with one of these in your life. But back to the criticism. It don't even matter if it's constructive or destructive criticism. They don't care. You could be trying to help them, have suggestions for you all day, whether it's rude or not. They don't care how you receive it or how it sounds, how you feel. It could be very rude, hurtful, painful. And if they want to say it, they're going to say it. But you can be providing constructive criticism to a narcissist out of love, and they still going to take it some type of way. They're going to feel some type of way about it. All criticism feels gravely threatening to a narcissist because they're so special and superior and important. They can tell you what they want to say towards you, to you, make suggestions all day, but dare you do the same. Narcissists weren't really able to develop sensitivity for others because, just think about it, they were so preoccupied and distracted and entangled. No, we're not going to use entangled, but no, they were so involved with their own emotional distress and what they lacked, their feelings of frustration, that they did not develop sensitivity to others. Whatever encouragement, acceptance, and support was denied to them when they were younger, they continued to seek that as adults. The need to be viewed as so perfect is what causes them to be sort of hypersensitive, if you will, in terms of criticism. And this, my friends, is why it's so easy for them to dish it out, but they can't take it. They cannot take it in return. Think about it like this, though. Their parents left a huge void, and they want to avoid re-experiencing this hurt all over again at all costs. Narcissists even conceal this pain from themselves. They hide it so deep down, tucked away, suppress the memories of whatever they got to do to protect themselves. They don't want to relive that moment. And to wrap this up, narcissists have to see themselves as perfect. They don't want to perceive anything less than that. As they partner, they will link you to parental disapproval and rejection. Narcissists tend to be bound by all of this chaos. They have to keep up with this facade and not reliving the moment whatever caused them to be so hurt deep down. They are like stuck in a place of not being able to evolve, to positively change. It's like they just remain stagnant. They don't progress. And that is why it is unrealistic to expect. You can be hopeful, but it's unrealistic to expect a narcissist to change or to be like you or to be like me, because they just have so much going on that they are who they are, and that's who they're going to be. Some narcissists do change, very few, but they have to want to. They have to want to change, okay? It's not going to be for you, the next person, somebody else, the child. They have to do it because they see some type of benefit in doing so. Maybe it makes them look better to themselves so they can keep up their ego and everything going. So, you know what I mean? So just don't get your hopes up is what I'm saying. When we have those type of unrealistic expectations, it can become very disappointing and add even more stress onto our plate when we already have so much going on already. You heard me? So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this discussion today. Hey, I am Chic. Welcome, welcome. If you enjoyed this, please show this some love. Also share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Hey, I'm Chic. Okay? And follow me on social media too. I'm on TikTok. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. And what else am I on, y'all? And YouTube. And Pinterest. I'm all over, y'all. I'm a UGC content creator, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, as well as having a background in mental health counseling. So I advocate for victims of DV, domestic violence, and narcissistic abuse. And so, yeah, I have a lot in store coming for y'all with that. So y'all make sure y'all do subscribe, tap the notification bells and everything so y'all stay in the know. Y'all don't miss nothing. And yeah, I look forward to doing some groups and things like that with y'all very soon in the near future, as well as some one-on-ones for those that want one-on-ones with me. Be positive, stay great, stay blessed. Bye-bye.